I'm delighted to be standing with someone who has come all the way from America. He has brought with him his creativity, his entrepreneurship, his vision, and of course compassion. So let's start with you, Yash Kalla, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So talk to me about what is Hug Foundation, which you have formed.
So Hug Foundation stands for Helping Underprivileged Groups, which is a non-profit which I founded back in July of 2024. And it started based off me having this one blanket where I wear everywhere whenever I was sleeping, whenever I was relaxing. But 20 miles away from me, there's this homeless shelter. And especially how cold it can get during some nights, especially in December and the things in Vegas, it can get very cold. And these homeless people would do anything for these kind of blankets. So thinking of that, I wanted to donate what I had to these people. So I knocked on every single door next to me, asked everyone I knew, and I was able to collect 100 blankets and donated them to our local charity known as Vegas Stronger. And from then, it's been an amazing journey. So that's how it started.
That's incredible. We end up not thinking about others, or if we think, we feel that I am so small, what can I do? So the spirit with which you started Hug, would you give credit to somebody to inspire you and hold your hands in moving forward?
In terms of inspiration, I would have to say my father. He's always been helping people no matter what, especially since he's a cardiologist himself. He's constantly offering service. He's giving everything he can to the people, the community. So I took that as inspiration to help see what I can do. Once again, I'm only 17, but yeah, I can make change, and I think anyone else can make change. I think you just have to get started.
So talk to me a little bit more about Hug Foundation, and also some pictures where you were brushing shoulders with some politicians in Vegas. What was that?
So Hug Foundation, what we do is we have three main programs: Hug for Hygiene, Hug for Warmth, and Hug for Education. So one with the program with the most political affiliation is our Hug with Education, Hug for Education, and this started back in December 2024. We worked with our local assemblyman, Ruben De Silva, and we donated, I think, 50 jackets to Rancho High School, which is the high school that he was from. We worked with them, and then just recently we had the chance to talk about Hug Foundation with our mayor, Shelley Berkeley. She's the mayor of Las Vegas, and we're able to work with the city of Las Vegas, and we're just coordinating everything to ensure that Las Vegas knows about Hug Foundation and we're accessible, we can help everybody.
So this is a slightly different question. Yes, what happens is when you get some recognition, you meaning an individual, there is a little bit of high, and sometimes the excitement prevents you from functioning properly. So having that balance of mind, it comes natural to you, or sometimes you have to sort of pull back and see everything differently?
Sometimes I'm excited, but recently, as I've gotten older, you realize these people are just like you. They were also young at some point in life. They've also had their own initiatives, their own ventures, their own journeys. So you have to think from that perspective. They'd be willing to listen to you. And so nowadays, I'm not that excited. I'm more happy I have the opportunity. I'm more excited about the opportunity to speak to them and less about the person themselves.
So share your experience of influencing other youth in America. How was their response to Hug Foundation? And while you were interacting with mayor and these other politicians, what was the key point that stayed with you?
I think the first people you inspire or change is going to be the people closest to you. When I first told my friends about this project, there's a lot of initial doubt. They didn't believe in me, they didn't believe in the cause. But now 2 years later, all of them want to help and join. And I think that's the power of community, have everyone get together. And as I mentioned earlier, we had the chance to talk to the mayor. And there's this kid who was behind us, and I've never talked to him once before, but he applauded all of our efforts. He said, "What you guys are doing are amazing." And to hear that from someone you've never met before is truly amazing.
So while we are in this frame, and when we look at the frame coming from America to Jodhpur, the place where I was born, your father was also born there. Now, your visits to Jodhpur must have been few but not many. How was your experience of this year's Jodhpur visit, and what was the key objective with which you came?
So we've been doing work for the past 2 years, as I mentioned, and now I've realized I can expand that work. I can take what I'm doing in Vegas and do it here, and I assume there's people who deserve it much more here, just like in Vegas. So I decided wanted to come here and spread our mission. So I decided to partner with two schools. His Highness's Rajmata Public School and the All Angels Academy. We worked with both of those, and we're both working on partnerships to see what we can do for them, specifically supplies, stationery, things of that sort, and accommodations and tutoring.
So you did offer wheelchairs and what else?
So we offered to our local hospital in Jodhpur. We had wheelchairs. It was about 4, and we did it in honor because of our parents. You know, my dad's super involved in the medical field, and he's always willing to give. So we did it in honor of them, and my dada and dadi. We did it in honor of them, and we worked with them. We were able to get 4 wheelchairs, and it was as it was on the local newspaper. It was right there, and it was an amazing effort. There's so many people who were involved in that project.
As we move towards the concluding part of my brief conversation with Yash, I would like to learn a little bit more about your vision. At 17, have you created some blueprint as to what you want to become, where you want to go with your individual journey as well as for Hug Foundation?
Yeah, of course. I've thought about it a lot. Obviously, you have so many people asking you what is the plan for the future, and obviously I don't have one clear answer, but what I do know is I want to build tools that create social good, that create good for the community, the society. So whether that's entrepreneurial economics, health economics, anything where I can be at the intersection of the community and the business aspect, something where I can build tools to help everybody, because being able to find something that no one else is able to find before and address issues in society that no one else has before is an amazing thing. We can progress further in society.
Wonderful. I think the ideas with which Yash is operating or functioning or serving or helping is truly inspiring, and of course it makes us feel proud for this young man at 17. And I'm just trying to decode. I heard about your father and the way you saw him. Has there been any author, any speaker, any book which you feel also resonated with you on this space?
I'll be completely honest, I'm not a person who reads that much. I don't have the time, but when I am older, I plan to read lots of literature to get more inspired, but as of right now there's no one I follow. It's mainly people who are closest to me.
That is good enough, and I think honesty is the best policy. So here's the best Yashasvi Bhava. When we say that would mean that make good name for yourself. We have already started doing. So thank you on that to Yash, and thanks for being with us. This is Ashok. Namaste.
Thank you.